Hello everyone, and today we got our hands on an FPV drone from the company BetaFPV. Namely, the model is called Cetus X FPV Kit. All this stuff comes in this package, where the front side shows the FPV drone itself, the remote control joystick and FPV glasses, and on the back side are the specifications, as well as what is included in the kit. Okay, let's start unpacking. We open the box, and here we are greeted by a case in which all the components are located. The case is made well, there is an inscription, BetaFPV, and there is also a handle for carrying, which is very convenient. Let's open this protective case and see what we have inside. Inside you will find quick start guide, user manual, business card with social networks of the brand, 4 batteries of 450 mAh each, Bluetooth 2.0, 2 of which are already in the FPV drone itself, additional bolts, charger or battery voltage tester, USB-A to USB-C charging or data cable, Type-C to FC adapter for firmware update and setup, prop removal tool, spare set of blades, screwdriver for removing propellers, BETAFPV VR03 FPV goggles, light radio 3 transmitter, ELRS 2.4G, and of course, the brushless Cetus X quadcopter itself. The Cetus X FPV kit is the top-of-the-line model in the Cetus range that sits comfortably within the best FPV drone kits currently available. These models are designed to help beginners learn how to fly FPV drones, as well as offering experienced pilots a small and fun option for flight practice. The Cetus X FPV kit is the most powerful and indeed versatile model within the Cetus range, and is available in 2 flavors. The Cetus FC version with position hold, hovering and emergency landing in one flight mode, and the Betaflight FC version which doesn't offer this functionality, but uses a more versatile controller DOPS receiver protocol. The Cetus X is a powerful brushless quadcopter for its size that's larger and heavier than other Cetus models, but has built-in protective guards around and under the propellers, ensuring safe flight both indoors and outdoors. The drone uses 2 1S batteries, which help provide more power than the 1S micro whoops, but that and the larger size push the weight up to 81 grams, including the 2 batteries wired in series. One useful feature of the Cetus X, which comes in at 135 by 135 by 60 millimeters, is the ability to adjust the camera angle between 0 degrees to 40 degrees. This allows you to position the camera to suit the flight speed, so you can enjoy the best FPV feed possible. Straighter for slower flight speeds, such as indoor, and tilted up for faster outdoor flight. However, the main disappointment for me personally would be the video transmitter antenna. It's pointing horizontally behind the camera, which means when you are flying away or towards yourself, you will have the worst possible signal. This significantly limits how far you can fly this drone. The ideal antenna placement should be pointing it upward, but I think this design decision came down to durability. The antenna is fully protected this way when you crash. Anyway, if you truly care about range, I'd probably drill a hole on the canopy and poke the antenna through. The other thing is the lack of a buzzer, which is quite important. Especially for beginners, it can help you locate the drone after crashing. The Cetus X doesn't have a buzzer, but you can use the motors as beeper, which would be helpful. The frame is strong and built to take a beating, and overall will withstand most crashes. The kit comes with the Light Radio 3 transmitter, which is the Fursky D8 version with 100 milliwatt transmitting power. This isn't as versatile as the ELRS version, but if you want to take advantage of the ability for the Cetus X to hover, hold position, and emergency land in normal mode, this is the transmission protocol that comes with the Cetus FC version of the drone. The controller uses a built-in 2000 mAh battery and is comfortable to use with 2 buttons and 2 switches on the top, as well as the power button and control sticks on the front. The gimbals are not the best quality, but get the job done. There is no screen and menu buttons. The only status indicator is the power button LED. To configure the radio and internal ExpressLRS module, you'd have to use BetaFPV's own configurator. It is a pretty compact radio, and the gimbals are quite small and doesn't have the control precision as some other bigger and more expensive radios with full-size gimbals. But again, it's not bad as a budget beginner radio and will get you in the air. There are 4 switches. SA and SD are latching switches. SB and SC are 3-position switches. The antenna is hidden inside the case. One handy feature if you crash is turtle mode, which allows you to flip the drone and take off again without having to retrieve it, although this often doesn't work in long grass. Turtle mode is activated using a button on the Light Radio 3 transmitter by flicking the pitch and roll control stick. A useful feature of the controller is that it can be connected to a computer via USB-C to control FPV flight simulators, including Liftoff, FPV.Skydive, and many others. This port also serves to charge the joystick itself. Charging power from USB-C gets up to 4 watts. To fully charge the radio from empty would probably take around 2 hours. Light Radio 3 also supports an external TX module. This is great if you want to use, for example, a higher power ELRS module. The charger doubles as a voltage checker. It has 2 channels, meaning it can charge 2 batteries at once. Those are separate channels. You can plug in or unplug one of them at any time. When charging 2 LiPo simultaneously, charging power gets up to 12 watts using a fast charging adapter. To fully charge 2 batteries from empty would probably take under 1.5 hours. The included VR03 FPV goggles are fairly basic box-style goggles, but they're perfect for beginners, with an 800 by 480 pixel resolution, transmitted via an analog signal, and a built-in DVR for recording 7.5 megabits per second of flight streams when a microSD card is inserted. The goggles have a battery life of about 1 hour when recording, which increases to about 2 hours when not recording, with the goggles charging via USB-C. Video transmission can be configured from 25 milliwatts to 350 milliwatts, with higher values representing higher power, but you'll want to check your local radio laws before increasing it from the default 25 milliwatts. The FPV video feed is analog, so it's prone to image breakup and interference, which is something you have to get used to. BetaFPV claims the transmission range is up to 600 meters, which may be accurate, although I wasn't able to test this because of drone laws and the risk of losing the drone after a crash. For a micro-whoop drone like this, it's best to keep it within around 100 meters. The antenna is removable. You can swap it out to a higher gain antenna if you want. The antenna connector is RPSMA. Charging power from USB-C gets up to 4.7 watts. To fully charge the radio from empty would probably take around 1.5 hours. The Cetus X offers 3 flight modes and 3 speed settings that allow you to gradually build your skills and confidence, eventually leading up to flying in manual acro mode at the fastest speed setting. Normal mode is perfect for beginners and for getting used to flying with FPV goggles. In this mode, the drone hovers, holds position, and lands automatically when the battery is low. It also stays level and doesn't allow flips or rolls, making it the safest mode with basic stabilization and safety features. Sport mode is the middle ground, offering more agility than normal mode, with stabilization sensors turned off. The drone's roll and pitch are locked at an angle, meaning it's more nimble but still can't flip or roll. While it helps you get a feel for throttle control, it doesn't significantly contribute to learning full manual acro flight. Because of this, many users skip sport mode altogether and dive directly into manual mode. Manual mode, also known as acro mode, is the most advanced and difficult, but also the most rewarding. In this mode, all stabilization is turned off. You have full control over throttle, pitch, and roll. This is where you learn to flip, roll, dive, and perform freestyle tricks. Crashing is incredibly easy and happens often, whether you're a beginner, learning the controls, or an experienced pilot pushing limits through complex maneuvers and obstacle runs. Despite the challenge, manual mode is where the true FPV experience comes alive. It can feel like a baptism of fire at first, but it accelerates your skill development dramatically. The Cetus X is capable of both slow, precise indoor flights and powerful outdoor freestyle thanks to its dual battery system. Typical flight time ranges from 3 to 5 minutes, depending on how aggressively you fly, whether you're indoors or outdoors, and wind conditions. Out of the 3 BetaFPV Cetus models that are available, the Cetus X offers the most longevity, because as well as offering easy-to-fly modes that build up to manual acro mode, the Cetus FC version also offers hovering and position hold in normal mode. This will not help you build up to flying in manual/acro mode, but it is useful for getting used to using FPV goggles. Being a beginner's micro-whoop FPV drone, the Cetus X doesn't capture photos or cinematic video, but you can record the 480p FPV goggle feed using the goggle's built-in DVR. And one of the great things about this drone is that as well as offering 3 flight modes and 3 speed settings, it runs on 2 1S batteries, so there's plenty of power available for freestyle tricks once you progress to flying in manual acro mode. The drone is durable, powerful, and suitable for both indoor and outdoor use. The downsides include the poor placement of the video transmitter antenna and the lack of a buzzer. However, this is one of the best kits to start with in the world of FPV, versatile, convenient, and truly educational. And that's all from me. You can buy it using the link in the description. Thank you all for watching. Good luck to everyone. Bye everyone. Ciao.